In the magical kingdom of Folivora, hidden away between the Ga and La mountains, a town of infants trained to become the next great heroes of their generation. This is the Adventures of BabyDale.
Hi there! My name is Alexander Hehr, and welcome to the Chronicles of Folivora, the Adventures of BabyDale, the very first in a series of, hopefully, a lot of different sessions with these wonderful people at the table around me. I am the Dungeon Mother, and I'm here to introduce my wonderful cast of improvisers and tabletop role players. Starting on my left, we've got Sean Dunphy as Burrow. We have Julia Ray as Andro. We have Jake Cannon as Chromeal.
Meow.
We have Briland Schack-Farnell as Cousteau. Because he has tentacles. We'll find out later. And finally, we have Ellora Bultema as Karder.
Tweet tweet.
Let's talk about BabyDale. Surrounded by the Phylan Ocean, the continent of Folivora thrives. Home to humans, dwarves, animal folk. Folivora is a diverse biome, so any kind of species, any kind of person can live somewhere comfortably. But in the center of Folivora, on a plateau a mile in the air, is the Pelosa Plateau. And on the Pelosa Plateau lives the king, King Aves Sasonia, in his own castle, the Sasonian Castle. These are things that the babies may have heard about, but these are some new things they're going to learn as well. From high in the air, the king protects his domain while converting all the people in the land to his new religion, Dad. You know, Dad's always in charge. Far removed from the rest of the continent, though, between the twin mountains of Ga and La, lies a sleepy little town underneath a massive birch tree. And that is BabyDale, where the show will take place. BabyDale's population is made of normal people, dwarves, humans, animal folks, except for the majority of them are all under the age of 3. See, in the land of Folivora, kids are not born to parents. They are hatched in eggs that are carried by stork folk, people storks, up to the massive tree, the birthing birch. They are hatched there and then sent away to individual orphanages in which they will grow up, learn how to be adventurers, accountants, whatever they need to be for the kingdom, noble guard, sometimes assassins maybe. But they do this in these individual orphanages that all of our characters have been presiding in. And presiding over them, atop the birthing birch in the center of town, is the Duchess Skyla. She's in charge of the entirety of BabyDale and is sister to King Aves Sasonia. Her royal court is charged with protecting you all, but also assigning you your journeys into the rest of your life. Because, congratulations, babies! You're 3 years old! Yay! Which means tomorrow, you get to go off and go on your own adventure and leave BabyDale forever. But we still have today to deal with. So with that being said, before we get too far, this is not a show for kids. This is not a rerun of CoComelon. Please turn us off on YouTube if you think that is. This is a show of making fun of kind of that Lord of the Rings, Dungeons & Dragons era and satire, but putting babies into it. So these are still going to have cursing, some adult language, just talks of drinking and things like that. So please be warned, this is not for kids. This is more for the mature audience. The mature audience, unlike I am. So we ready to get started?
Yes.
Welcome to BabyDale. As the early morning sun breaks over the sleepy streets of BabyDale, a voice calls out from the Duchess's manor. You know, that kind of like, that thing that's that wizard we don't talk about anymore when he puts his wand up to his throat and everybody can hear it. A sweet trill, like birdsong, echoes in the halls of orphanages. Good morning, my sweet little ones. The daylight dew drips on your eyelids, and a great day is ahead. For the oldest among you, happy Journey Song Eve! You leave our nests and join the world as fully fledged toddlers, future leaders of Folivora. Join us at the Church of Dad for the determination ceremony in 1 hour. But please don't be late for this momentous occasion. May Dad's light shine us all. And she slurs a little bit at the end, just like I did. And you all kind of, in your own individual orphanages, you hear this, and your levels of excitement differ. And you know what we're going to do now? I'm going to roll a t6, and we're going to see who we meet first. All right. Yes, there are 5 of you. I won't tell you what happens when I roll a 6. It wasn't a 6. Great. The Temple of the Mother stands grandly next to the upper orphanage. Think about kind of those Tibetan temples high up in like that area. That kind of idea just like stuck in the ground next to the upper orphanage. It's a monument to law enforcement and love, because it's the temple to Mom. Mom in this world is married to Dad in the religious sense, and she is in charge of the entirety of law enforcement and justice and protection inside of Folivora. And so all the kids who grow up in the Temple of Mother become monks, paladins, clerics, things that are meant to be the law enforcement. And that is where, in a little burrow inside of the Temple of Mother, not with any doors, but literally a little hole in the ground, is our little friend, Burrow. And he looks at his options to wear for the day. It's pretty hard to get dressed with no arms. Speaking of which, Sean, why don't you describe Burrow for us?
So Burrow is a snake folk monk. He is maybe not liked as much in BabyDale because snake folk aren't held in high regard. But he doesn't let him down. He is just happy to be alive and well and going about his journey of learning how to use his fists without having any fists.
Yeah, that's that discipline. You're like, I will punch.
I will punch.
And this is how I will punch when I can punch, if I can punch. It's a lot of theoretical violence for you. And yeah,
theoretical.
It's true. He does still kick his. And I will say, snake folk unfortunately have the problem in Folivora of looking exactly like the bastard. The bastard is Dad's lost son. It's a god of darkness and death, and generally thought of as an evil omen to see snake folk around anywhere that's prosperous, because that would mean something terrible is about to happen, because the bastard's around. So yes, Burrow has been dealing with that for ever since he had come to the Temple of the Mother. And you practice, but you have 2 things laid out for you. You have 2 outfits laid out for you. Right next to your staff of the adder, he does have a snake staff that you do use to help you be non-theoretically violent. You have 2 outfits. You have your normal Temple of the Mother outfit that you used to wear you used to work with your caretaker Suro and things like that. And then you have another outfit that you found just the other night.
I sure did.
An outfit of a dark black outfit of the Blanket Cult, you know of as this little mercenary group of children that lives inside of the Temple of the Mother. And you found this last night because we had it to session 0, and hopefully that comes out as a comic book in this after the summer. We'll see what happens. But you found your caretaker Suro carried off by the Blanket Cult and an outfit left over. Sure did. So now you can look at your options and what are you going to dress like?
So Burrow looks at his choices, and that sleek black. It's so nice. It's so fitting. Would Burrow be able to wear both? I think he realizes that wearing such an outfit openly to the ceremony might give a little more noticeability than what he wants. So I think Burrow is going to put on the black outfit and then put on over the robes.
So
like
3 little ninjas.
So you have like the black robe and then the mother robe over top. So if there was like a little sleeve, there's no sleeve.
There's no sleeve. No,
you know what?
For you,
Take it back.
I will say for the outfit for you, because it's monk outfits, it is a sleeveless top, but you just kind of tie it around your waist like it's like a
just one sleeve.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just one big like banana peel sleeve on top.
It's a tube top.
Yeah.
It's a sock with a hole in it.
Yeah, he just takes the sock, puts it on. But yeah, so you put the black Blanket Cult on,
and then over top, over like covering the lower half of my body.
Yes.
Tie the robe of the mother.
Gotcha. So As you feel like in one moment you can Clark Kent out of it, but you have no arms, so you're just like, and you have to like whip it off. There may be an athletics check to be able to take off a shirt. If you have no arms, we'll see what happens. Great. So you pick out that. It's a great little secretive outfit because you want to know, you know things, but you don't want people to know that you know things.
But I want to look cute.
But I want to look cute. Great. So you pick out your outfits, your staff of the adder is with you, you curl your tail around it because that's how you carry it. And outside, above your burrow, I should say, because you're below ground, you hear the other kids reciting their mantras. The palm forces. The fingers point. The hand is the law. And you hear a bunch of kids doing that mantra for 30 minutes. Just the same thing. Doing like, just the huh, finger, fist. And you just, and then do you do your own mantras?
Yeah, I stop and I look at them.
You hear them
for a little bit. Oh,
yeah,
I hear
you
them.
hear them. Yeah.
Okay. And when they're saying like, you know, point, and I'm like just staring at my tail, like pointing, fist, and I'm just like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna do it for me, sis. Like,
Do you remember your?
No.
That's okay. I don't remember either, so we're gonna do this again. So, but you remember this is not the same mantra that you have been.
Like the hand closes.
It's the hand guides. Hold on.
From the new mother.
Yes. Oh, I remembered it now. Sorry, I will do this again. So yes, you recite your mantras from the ancient scriptures that Sura was teaching you before the ones that they were doing, which is the palm is open, the finger guides, the hand holds.
Yes.
So that is the mantra of the ancient mother. Someone we'll talk a little bit more about at another time. But I need you right now to roll me a dex save.
Oh no.
You're pretty dexterous. I don't know why you're complaining.
I have to do a shave. Oh.
Oh no.
I rolled a 2.
I was just watching NADPOD, and like that's the constant thing. There is like just 2s hitting you. Okay.
I got a +5, so I guess it would be 7.
It would be 7, yeah. So that's good.
Okay.
So 7. You get up and you get out of here. You peek out of your little burrow, and then you get up, and one body just flies over you because you were good enough to go, huh, and then you duck back in, and one body flies over, and you're like, yeah, and then the other body from another side tackles you to the other way, and it's Quinn and Quan. They are twin humans, very short humans. Quinn is the sister, Quan is the brother, and they're both kind of, it's like the Goofus and Gallon, as our teacher likes to say. The idea of one is kind of really strict and kind of mean, the other one is just protective of her brother. And they try to tackle you, and they'll look at you, and they say, where were you last night? Huh? Zabel said you were out, and now Sura is gone. So where were you last night, huh?
So Burrow, for y'all to get some background information. Yep. So what I discovered about the shadow cloaks,
blanket cult.
Blanket cult. We found out about the blanket cult. Suro, or I'm sorry, what are their names again?
The two people?
Yeah.
Quinn and Quan.
Quinn and Quan are part of the blanket cult. And these girls, these bitches right here, they kidnapped Suro. And
so they're playing dumb.
And they're playing dumb. And I had a potion or a glitter that like changed me into whatever visage I wanted. And so I did turn it into another teacher to kind of convince them to let my what's his name again? Suro.
Sure.
To convince Suro to be freed. And there was like another like random kid with them that I'd never seen before. And so I tried to use my suggestion to get him to let him go. And Quan fucking slit this guy's throat.
Oh my gosh.
Not Suro.
What the Quan?
Not Suro, but the random kid that I never said that was part of part of the blanket cult.
Damn.
So these bitches be lying.
Okay.
But going back to that is really good exposition. Going back to that, you're in a room full of the kids doing the palm forces, the finger points. But Quinn and Quan shout like, what happened to Suro? You were out there, and then the whole room stops and looks at you. And so, how do you react to that?
So, knowing that and not having to break the cover, I went down to the dojo and I heard some loud noises there, and I saw that you two also weren't in your bed, because now Burrow wants to do the when Quinn and Quan are like, you were at the witch's sacrament. Now my strategy is like, girl, I saw you at the witch's sacrament.
What were you doing at the witch's sacrament? I saw you dancing in the forest of Tituba. Why did you see me in the forest of Tituba? But yeah.
So where were you guys? I also saw that y'all weren't there, and I saw a loud commotion, and so listen, if you're gonna accuse me of being out of my bed, where were you guys there doing too?
Is this an intimidation? Is this a persuasion?
Or
is this an investigation? Because technically you are like pushing them for information.
This is going to be a investigation, because I'm not going to use my intimidation.
So yeah, because you're not really trying to point the blame at them. You're trying to find the facts.
Yes.
Okay, so roll me an investigation.
Oh, dirty 20.
Ooh, very nice. You investigate, and they're caught. Everyone else is looking at them, and they're like, "Well, we were in our barrack with Oot and Gerardo, and Gerardo, this little like ratful kid, like pausing like, you were gone. I went up for some late night cheese, and you were gone." And Quinn, not the girl, the boy who is just looking at him and going, I mean, I guess I can't see it now. And he just passed, like, immediately in the middle of it, just, like, feigns to go back to sleep, because in his mind, he's been in the same barracks as those people. Any way he wants to get out of trouble with these two mothers is just be like, all right, and I'm asleep. So he just passed out on the floor, and I was like, all right, fine. But Quinn and Quan are blushing now. They're like, well, their plan had completely backfired. They can't explain themselves. So instead, Quan's just like, I'm sorry, and then smoke bombs fully out, and then which also the other kids are like, we get smoke bombs? I didn't get a smoke bomb yet, and so it's a bit of confusion. It was extra as fuck. You do. Can you give me a roll a perception check for me? I'm not gonna do a lot of perception checks. We do them a lot, but I just want to have fun with this one.
12.
12. What's your perception?
0.
0. You see, you don't see them, like, it's not like Batman where you, like, smoke bombs and then you still see him walk away. You do get, like, you see, like, a foot in the rafter, and you go, okay, I know where they went, but it wasn't one of those awkward things where they, like, fall over. In fact, let me give them a performance check on that. They rolled an 11, so yeah, you guys kind of, like, miss each other, but you almost caught them. But as that happens, you get a little riled up, and you feel a little bit of, like, acid reflux. And you cough it out. And what you have that you coughed out is a little piece of paper that says, "Nanny's missing, please help." And in that moment, you go, I know what I'm going to do after the determination ceremony. Let's do this, because you remember in your session 0, you found the slip, and you didn't want anybody else to find it, so you ate it. Mm-hmm. Now it came back to you, and you thought it's a great idea to do that after the ceremony, and we'll come back to you later. Let's roll another d6 and see who we meet. That was a wild 7 minutes, guys.
How'd that even get in you?
Oh, just wait. There's some more stuff inside me. What?
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Well, what did I the first rule.
There's a lot of things that come out of babies.
We zoom out of the Temple of the Mother, and don't go too far, and we curve a little bit towards the Church of Dad. Sitting right next to the Church of Dad is this gorgeous estate, sitting grandly at the top of a hill. Turrets, beautiful water features, pristine white building, and that is the Upper Orphanage. Oh, I'm sorry, the Sassonian Upper Orphanage. That is the newest building in BabyDale, and it is basically made in honor of the king of Sassonia. The pampered bodies, the pampered bottoms of these babies. That's a hard one to say. The pampered bottoms of these babies. The pampered bottoms of these babies have never met any hardship. Everything has been handed to them. There is a slight division between humans and then the animal folk people, but besides that, it truly is the easiest place to live in all of BabyDale. And in the tallest tower, surrounded by burnt books and burnt clothes, is our friend Andro. And Andro, before you even introduce yourself, can you please roll me a con save?
Why?
You know why.
Oh, I do know why. That is a 6.
6 plus anything? What's your con save should be the center box of your thing.
So that is a 10.
10.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god, you did it.
I
You actually
knew
did it. You did it just by the hair. You passed that. And you wake up and you go, I didn't flame the bed. I didn't flame the bed. I didn't flame the bed. And you turn around and the mattress, no flame! And you're like, you know what? I am ready to go. I am ready to journey. And you look down into your little secret hatch of dozens of burnt mattresses that you burned overnight, and you go, I don't need you anymore! And you close it. And now please describe Andro for me.
I'm Andro. I flame the bed. Other people around might, have a little accents here or there. I flame the bed quite a bit. Some might say it's from internal dread, nightmares, overall fear of the world. I don't know. I wake up and it happens. I'm a human sorcerer. Pretty nervous type person. I have a really hard time making friends.
I can't imagine why.
It's not because I flame the bed. Okay. No, have a hard time making friends, but I really want friends. I want a sense of community and to feel like I belong somewhere, but for some reason I can just never seem to make it work.
Every time you've tried to be friends with people, something bad has happened.
Yes.
Whether it's a piece of bacon flying in front of a pig folk person at the cafeteria one day.
Look.
And so you've always had somebody that you can call on to trust and talk you through things. And you wake up the morning, because you're a sorcerer, you have ritual casting, which means that you can cast a spell outside of combat. It just takes 10 minutes, but you don't have to do a spell slot. And so you, of course, I'm not wrong about that, right? That's the sorcerers have ritual casting. Very specifically, do. Yeah.
Can we make our own rules?
Brian, by the way, this is my homebrew anyways, but for those on record, Briland is my rule book. I have a human rule book. I know he still is I don't know, but he's been doing this a little bit longer than I am, a lot longer than I have, but it's just a good person to reference with. But still, going back to it, you have ritual casting, so you, of course, cast...
I literally just forgot the name of it, but friends. I want my friends.
Yeah, you cast mirror image.
Mirror image.
That's my friend.
It's my friends, but it's not a friend spell. It's mirror image, which is
so cute though.
It is cute. So, but all of them are just one.
I want kind of just my one.
Just the one. So you.
Are we allowed to use his name?
I
don't think it's trademarked or anything.
No, I will. It's a public person. It's fine. So mirror image happens, and Andro only chooses to do one. And so it actually only takes you 3 minutes because you're not doing 3 doppelgangers, you're only doing 1. And so out of you steps, or out of the mirror of you, you look at yourself and you cast the image. And out of this mirror, you see yourself slick back your hair all the way, somehow getting gelled. Pull out glasses out of nowhere, these little thin, tiny frames. Pull them on, go up like this, and then walk out of the mirror. And Andrew, yay! Graduation! How do you feel?
Okay, I feel great. Can I just say I do feel great because, the flaming the bed issue didn't happen last night. Didn't happen last night.
And what you're seeing essentially is a Tim Gunn version of Andro. Your own personal pet party. I'm proud of you. Now, are you excited? Do you want to leave? Are you good for your journey? Do you feel like you're going to do well?
I've been so nervous, but I think this is a good omen. I think this is working in my favor. I think this is a sign I'm ready to start the rest of my life. I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Knock. So, pounding at the door. The deterioration of, I'm ready! Anxiety happening at the door. You answer. You hear from the other side, open up. I don't know why I'm going all Valley Girl for some of these voices, but this is the voice I had originally planned. Open up. I'm not gonna ask 3 times. I asked twice, maybe. I'm not gonna ask 4 times. And she counts to herself behind the door while you're waiting. I'm not gonna. What do you? Do you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door, and on the other side.
But I peek. I'm not. It's
you do a little.
Yeah.
You try that, and can you give me just a roll for strength? And I'll have her roll as well.
Oh god. I rolled a 4 and so I don't do strength save.
No, just strength general. Because you're trying to keep the door only open a little bit.
So it's just 4.
It's funny, she only rolled a 5. So she barely, it's awkward because it's like, she thought she was going to be able to just go, ugh, and like force herself in, but she like, ugh, like she has to like take a second and go, that's never happened before. And you see a woman named Kurakora, or as you call her, Cece. She is like a 20-something-year-old human ranger, so very much like teaching at the upper orphanage, like the tracking classes, the archery classes, terrifyingly deadly like person. She's kind of a very obnoxious, snobby, like most of the people at the orphanage, caretaker. She's holding in her arm, she's holding Sklunk by his wing. Yes, Sklunk, who is, of course, as you know, the Duchess Skyla's son. Mm-hmm. And she's holding Sklunk's feathered wing up, and he's dangling. His little fat body is like, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me. And of course, Cece's like, shut up, Andro. We're missing Takta. Takta, you know, the bard teacher the bard teacher you liked so much. Gone. And Sklunk says you had something to do with it.
What the heck does Sklunk know?
That's a good point! I really don't know why! Please let me go! I don't believe him, but I'm checking all the fucking sources. She's like the only caretaker that curses at you, too. I'm checking all the fucking sources. So, what were you doing last night?
What was I doing? I think I was just hanging out with Tim.
Is your mirror image still there?
Yeah.
He's sitting on the non-flamed bed going, it's nice when it's not jarred. Why? It's nice when it's not jarred.
And then I'm like, Tim, we were hanging out last night, weren't we?
Absolutely. You don't need to do that. Absolutely. Parcheesi, Mancala, all of the games. Shoots and ladders? Shoot me. That's it. And then he just evaporates. He has a little bit of anxiety too. He's good for pep. You put him on the spot. He has the same. He's good at pep talking you, but you can't put him on the spot like that. And so, can you give me a deception roll, please? And Tim Gunn's also going to do a deception roll.
Oh, okay, wait. I got an 11 plus 5, 16.
16, great. Because Tim Gunn also gets that plus 5. He got a 13. That still passes really well. And she's like, all right, well, just clean up the Mancala shit. I don't want to see beads everywhere, okay? I'm just done with this.
Actually, they're marbles.
She like reaches for her bow for a second and like still has Skunk and it's just like, no, I don't want to let go of him or else we would have had a problem. You could let me go. And she's like holding on to him. Just. When was the last time you saw the bard teacher talk to? Not that I really care about that catful bastard. Like, who gives a shit why he's missing? But like, Arwell, who is your sorcery teacher and caretaker, is like concerned or whatever. So like,
today is
Journey Song Eve.
So that sounds like a Friday to me. Sounds like
it's Friday. Yeah.
It sounds like something that would happen on a Friday. I don't know, Wednesday maybe? That's when I saw him last? Maybe. Huh, I don't know, it's just completely escaping. Maybe it's just because of all like the high stakes going on today with, you know, the rest of my life. Forgetting everything right now.
And she looks at you. You're not special. Everybody else here thinks they're hot shit. But you, especially, is like the coldest shit. I'm not good at insults. I just like killing people. Whatever. And she like walked out of the room with Skunk still in hand, like being like, let's talk to Owen. Owen might know something. And he'll turn the corner and she leaves you alone. You did a good job.
Just like holding the crown prince.
Yeah.
Just
like, a 27-year-old just being like, this kid ain't shit but hoes and
telling a
drugs.
3-year-old you're not fucking special.
As soon as she
And that
leaves,
they're
I hyperventilate.
shit.
Yeah.
I take an inhaler.
Andrew just inhaling, like, you breathe out, a little bit of smoke comes out of your nose.
Oh.
And from there, you remember what you didn't tell Cece was that last night you did see Takta. And you were in the library where you were attacked by paper soldiers who were attempting to, and successfully, stole Takta away because he was too drunk to fend for himself. knocked out, carried away, while you burnt the library. Oh, by the way, and she comes back to the door being like, and you open it again, and she's like, by the way, library gone. What? Fire everywhere, Andro?
Oh.
I can't believe it's Glump's like, I can't believe you forgot. I can't believe I forgot. Library gone.
That's wild.
And you close the door on her. It's wild.
I'm so sorry to hear about that.
The children love. You're like, I'm all. You just go, I'm all set, and you like slam the door.
And I hyperventilate again.
I hyperventilate even more because you remember burning down the library. Instead of trying to stop the flames, you go, nope, and then you just booked it out of there. But you do remember the last thing you looked at before you went to bed that you found after those peeper.
Peepees.
Oh, hold on. No, it's not a stroke. Give me a second.
Do you want my inhaler?
Yeah.
Raise your left hand above your head.
Those paper knights left behind a little piece of paper that says, Nanny's missing. Please help. And you think that might be a good thing to do right after the determination ceremony. And from there, we're going to move away. Oh, that was the one I just did.
Me again.
It's all in what's that one. All right. And so, all still in this kind of corner of BabyDale, we're moving all the way over to a large copper statue of a foot. Just a massive copper statue of a foot that sits on top of a little rock monument, but you're like, okay, cool, that's what we call Fester's foot. Fester is the god of dwarves.
I was gonna say, because that's kind of hot.
Oh, yeah, sorry. There's no, please no fan art of Fester's foot.
Please,
leave
some
those
fan art
dogs
of
in the.
Fester's foot.
No, the theater of the mind is good for that, but not the theater of my mind. So you go over there, and from looking at the foot, you look at it, you're like, this is a statue. But then you see a little dwarven girl come up and flick the middle toe, and the toe opens up like this.
Oh.
And little stairs lead that dwarf down the foot and into the Coppercoin Dwarven Orphanage. An orphanage, or Nadpod already said this, so I can't use it, but it's dwarfenage is a really good word. But they've been using it for a while, and I was like, shit, it's a really good one. But Dwarven Orphanage. We have Chromeal deep below, and you see a lot of these different kids, kind of all these dwarves. The only place that dwarves are really accepted. That's the only place they can be put into an orphanage. They're becoming soldiers and an army basically for foreign affairs as well as royal guards. So the dwarves are in charge of external wars and then protecting the king. And then all of these kids, all the 3-year-olds especially, are going over to the Combatatorium doors, this large cafeteria, auditorium, and gladiator arena. They go to the large wooden doors, and on there is a posting of the final rankings of the graduating students, because no other orphanage has these. But the Coppercorn Orphanage is very competitive. These kids are trying to become the best of the best. And all these kids standing from the doors and pushing past them, twirling his mustache, and going straight with his little hand axe, not the big one he carries, but the little hand axe, and slams it right on the door next to his name at the number 1 slot. His name is Chromeal Warstash. Jake, why don't you introduce your character?
Yeah. So,
Played by Patrick Warburton.
I'm Chromeal. Got some high aspirations. When you're 2'3", you can really only go up.
No one tell him he's a dwarf.
Yeah, so maybe when I'm older I'll grow, but seeing those old guy dwarfs, they're about my height, so not too much going for me there. But it's great being a dwarf. I'm a bit of a strong guy, bit of a meathead.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's fun. It's fun.
Not beefcake. Stop
Sorry,
sexualizing
sorry.
children. It's like the one rule I have in this game.
Is beefcake
He
sexual?
was like, yes!
Yes!
That's sexual.
A person.
Okay, to be fair, Chromeal does
Okay, sorry.
beef and
Meat-
cake.
Meathead.
Meathead.
Meathead,
Yes,
yeah.
Sounds even
But
worse.
I will say your intelligence may be low, but your wisdom is pretty good. Like
Yeah.
you know combat
I don't know a
strategy.
lot.
You know,
Yeah,
you understand your intelligence lies in battle.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, Chromeal is definitely a big strategist and loves to use that to his advantage and works it into his own strength proficiencies. But outside of that, he loves his big axe and
Yeah.
he loves just being number one, baby. Let's fucking go.
You've got a large copper. It's an adult dwarf axe, but you wield it like no problem.
Yeah.
Your strength is that high, and you do like spend most of your time in the barracks after like training, combatatorium. You do sit there and you're like this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is my rifle. You do that whole like army feeling. That axe is shinier than anybody else's, to the point you probably could use it to blind someone if you wanted to. Just a fun thing. But you do that. You look at your name. You proud of yourself. You just like, this is what it is. Like this is true.
That's what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because yesterday, as you know, you beat the shit out of your rival,
Yeah.
Finn Gorechops, in the combatatorium.
Yeah. Old gore chops.
Which is a kid who is right there, as you see, is the name right underneath your name. And so you
Is
sit
he
there.
there too, or is it just me?
Can you roll you should give me a dex save now.
Okay, that's a
A
D20.
lot of
eh?
dex stuff, yes.
Is he there too?
Oh Lord.
Actually, you don't have to add dex. You're plus
that's
one.
that's a what save?
Dex save, so
That's
you're
a
plus one.
16.
Oh, that's great. No, great. So you hear and you just go, ugh, and then right next to where your head was is a hand axe that lands in the door too.
Ooh.
And doesn't phase you. You rolled a 16. And you just turn and trudging up from far away, because he threw with disadvantage because he was coming from 60 feet or farther, is Thane Gorechops, who is this bright red hair, more, I would say not as Andro fire red, but more of like Irish red, with huge like mutton chops. There, angrily walking up, be like, how dare you? How dare you get the first spot? I swear to Christ, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Or I swear to Dad, I'll kill you. It's not fair. I deserve this. You cheated. You cheated yesterday.
You know it's hypocrisy to use Dad's name in vain. First of all, chops. Second of all, better luck next time. Smell you later.
You do that, and I just want to see how that affects him emotionally. Give me a second.
Yeah, give him the old Gary Oak.
He's pissed more than sad. He's second place, like, I did. It was his last real chance after to really think. He thinks this affects his determination ceremony. He thinks not being number one means that somehow the gods won't align for him being in a good group. Or literally, all these kids are worried about the rankings, but they're worried at 3 years old as dwarves about what's going to happen when they're 20, because they're starting them this early. And so Finn he doesn't cry, but he does actually start having a bit of a panic attack, because he legitimately is scared of what his future is going to be now that he's not number one. And you just see a kid panic. And
I see. Okay, but I feel bad for Chops, and I turn around and say, "Hey, Chops, better than third."
And you both turn around, and the person in the third slot, Rowan, who is a female dwarf, but more of an artificer than an actual like combatant. She's there for like doing like the magical infusions and stuff. Turns like she goes, "I make shit for a living, and I got third. I could beat the shit out of both of you if I wanted to." And she rolls an intimidation check. Great. And she does this to you, but it's really just like she's like 10 feet away, so it's like to you.
Nice.
You're like, I support this, and
Cool.
Finn is just like, whatever, man. And Irish. Whatever, man.
Whatever.
And turns he runs straight into the belly of Orkel Battlebeard, who is also a more of an Irish-haired, like red-haired man, a huge, gorgeous, luscious beard, shorter but always shirtless, wearing a huge, almost like wrestling belt, and then like a kilt. And he comes in and he runs straight into the shirtless man, sweat glistening off of Oracle. So like Finn pulls away and it's like sticky, and he's like, and Oracle's like, out of here, number 2, and then pulls him aside and goes over to Chromeal and claps him on the shoulder and says, "That's my boy. That's my boy. You did me proud in there. You did me proud."
If I may say, sir, you are glistening in valor this morning.
And you do like the hand thing, and you just like slap each other on
Kind
the
of
back a couple
slide
times.
a little bit.
You want to slap him on the back, but it gets harder to slap on the back because it keeps getting stuck to the side.
Oh no.
My boy, today, determination. What are you determined for?
Orkel, the best.
To be the best. To lead the best. To win the best. To piss the best. To eat the best. And he just keeps going and going and going. To walk the dog the best.
Yeah.
And he's going, and he stops. And he a little bit of like the glisten on his face. Can you give me like an insight check a little bit?
Yeah.
Which I believe for you is just a 0.
14.
Yeah, 14. That's great. There's sweat on his face, but you see a little bit of the sweat isn't normal sweat. You see it's coming from like the tear, like tear duct, and a little tear is forming. It's like, I have never met a child with such promise, such valor, such coolness in the face of danger. You've done me well, proud boy. Now, after your determination ceremony, later this evening, before you go off tomorrow, meet me in the combatorium. We have much to discuss. And he nods at you and takes the hand axe that Finn threw, turns around and throws it, but Finn is gone. Finn is like probably 120 feet down this like hallway, still ratchets right into his calf, and he's like, ah! I deserve it! And then he sits there. All right, and he like walks away. And from there,
Orkel.
yeah, you say bye, girl.
See ya.
Are you considering meeting him in the combatorium tonight?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, But before you do that, you do look at the little slip of paper that you found outside of the copper coin, outside of Fester's foot on the ground. You find a little piece
Who
of
littered?
paper. Yeah, that was originally the idea, and you look at it. This was something you found the other day, and you look at it, and it says, you thought today is the day that's on this slip of piece of paper. So you have to go. You can choose to do this or go straight to Orkel, but it says Nanny's missing. Please help. So it's up to you to choose what you'd like to do. And now we're gonna roll we only have 2 people left. We'll do odds and evens. Great. We go in the gutters of Mama Galactus's tavern. Mama Galactus's tavern, by the way, is the local milk tavern. Mama Galactus is a cattle folk woman with large Greek, beautiful black hair that bounces with the huge hoop earrings you always see, a bandana tying her hair back, but she's a cattle folk woman, which is like Catwoman basically. And she, yeah, if you're looking at Sister Karen. But with so she with a low cut shirt. And so she opens the.
I thought we weren't sexualizing them.
It's a low cut shirt. That's not sexual. That's what she's wearing.
She's not a baby either.
She's not a baby. She's
Oh,
also,
that's true.
She's also a grown ass woman.
Wait, so we're allowed to sexualize adults?
We can sexualize the older character.
It wasn't sex. Actually, I will say I will describe people if they are dressed sexually, but I don't think the kids are going to be like, do I find that sexy? Like, absolutely not.
Am I?
Turned on by this. I hope this doesn't awaken something in me.
Never mind.
No, but anyways,
We gotta start with something.
we get to Mama Galactus's tavern. We're actually in the gutters outside of Mama Galactus's tavern, and she opens the little window out by her back area that like the back of McDonald's.
Nice.
She opens a window and she throws out a bucket of clean piss out the window because of course
Dirty.
As opposed
to dirty piss. A bucket, and she throws it out the window, and it narrowly lands on Karder, a little goldfinch birdfolk boy who is face down, passed out from milk inebriation, as we think. More of the fact that they had a good time last night. Karder is face down in the gutter, and you feel just a little splash of the piss on your face, and it wakes you up a little bit, like a light drizzle. And Mama, looks. I'm not doing Italian. I was like, what's my Greek accent? I can't remember. But hey, Karder, you got a nice bed at the orphanage. Why you here? I went to Jersey. I'm gonna stick it that way. Why you here? I got it. You got this. Yeah, and you're stretching. And so Ellie, describe Karder for us.
Yeah, Karder is a bird folk on the cusp of toddlerhood
aka right about to molt, prime molting time, and is pretty much ready. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm not anti-dad, but I'm not pro-dad. And I'm ready to leave this place because I know that I'm better than, like, pretty much anything that's going on here.
You're the best stand-up comic that Mama Glax's Tavern has ever had.
Exactly, yeah. I spend most of my time there honing my craft and my skills. A lot of it is focused on molting, because that's kind of what I have ahead of me. I don't know much about it, but I know that I did check last night, and I sprouted a feather on my my bust.
So your baby down is like slowly going away, and you're finally gonna get your adult feathers.
Yeah, you can kiss little cutesy chickie goodbye.
It's gonna be...
I'm about to...
be hardcore?
Yeah.
If you're gonna call yourself attractive because you have adult feathers, I'm gonna kick your ass.
No. I'm gonna be like rugged.
Ah, okay.
Like my one feather is just...
Is this gonna make you more mature though?
That's what I've heard.
We'll see if it actually happens.
That's what I've heard that molting does, so I'm ready.
Roll me a con save, please. It's plus, it'll be a plus 1.
5.
Dope. You blow chunks. You fully vomit out the rest of the milk you had last night. Like out your little beak just opens up. And it closes and you wait for a second. You're blowing chunks and Mama's just like, wow.
It needed to come out.
You're not here. Go back to your goddamn... Sorry, Dad. Go back to your orphanage, okay? And then, so,
I start walking left.
Left, great. As you're walking left, you run into a lower orphanage kid named Alatel. And they look at you and they go, hey, Karder, why don't I walk you back to the upper orphanage?
I'm fine.
You don't.
And I walk away.
Walk away? Okay. And
I don't need it. Thanks, buddy.
Are you? You turn around and goes, Are you sure? It's just I need a walking partner anyways. Did you wanna? And he's like looking at it, being like,
fine, come on.
Okay. And he walks in. He's like, okay, cool. What's that about? Are you just trying to be like? It's the feather, isn't it? The feather. You want to be more independent.
Listen, today's a big day, and I'm kind of ready to leave it all behind.
And this Alato, by the way, he's from the lower orphanage. He's a sloth folk, or actually in this land they're called Foley folk. And so Foley folk are sloth folk people, just like sloth humanoids. And he kind of looks really hurt by that. Like, okay, so like, if we weren't like determined together or anything, you would like just forget about me.
I'm just saying, I don't think that's gonna happen.
You don't think we're gonna be determined together?
I imagine many things are gonna happen today, but I know one thing's for sure: I'm not getting determined for anything.
But
that's right. No, I know. I'm not going.
What?
I don't want to, because I decide my own destiny.
Ooh,
You say that, and as you do, a hand lands on your shoulder, and a person that works. You look up, and it is a 105-year-old elderly woman named Arwell Soulcat, who you know of as the sorcery teacher at the upper orphanage. Of course, your upper orphanage as well. You just tend to spend most of your time in Mama Galactus's tavern.
Honing my craft.
Honing your craft, yes. Doing a type 5 and then drinking heavily, vomiting, and then passing out in the gutter. That's your craft. And you see, and she leans in to your... Birds don't have ears to the side of your head. They have holes in the head that they can hear through.
Leans in.
Destiny is beyond you. To play pretend with fate is a very immature thing, Karder.
Hey.
Hey, indeed.
I was just making a joke.
Yeah.
I was honing my craft right then and there.
What's your AC?
Come on, Alatel, let's go.
What's your AC?
My AC is 14.
Okay. Yeah. You feel. Let me roll for damage.
Wow.
You feel.
I'm being abused.
2 points, not too much, it's a slight thing, 2 points of frost damage on your shoulder as you feel this sorcery teacher cast chill touch, but not enough to be really like damaging your child, but enough to make you feel that your choice in this matter, she is acting as destiny on its part, saying, "We'll see if we'll see you there. I hope I do. You are an important person, Karder. It'd be a shame to lose you." She looks at the lower orphanage kid, finishes the rest of the chill touch on Alotel, and gives him like about 6 more damage on him. And he like, and he starts shivering. She's just like, "You're putting bad thoughts into good kids' brains.
I didn't tell him to ditch.
She looks at you.
Okay, sorry.
Just knowing an urchin like him is enough. You know, as they
Very
say.
discriminatory.
Just, you know, what they say. One bad apple spoils the bunch. And she kind of flits away back down towards the upper orphanage. Alotel is, I'll tell you now, he's not meant for combat. He is terrified, shivering, sitting there being like, "Okay, so I guess I'll see you at the ceremony. Do you want to walk with me?
We can walk together.
Okay, we can walk together." And you kind of like warm him with your feathers as like you like walk together and go.
I'm sorry.
What was that? So you're gonna?
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. I'm
you,
sorry.
I know she's scary, but you don't have to. It's. Oh, you can try. I know. You should go. You should go. No. I'm gonna stand up for myself. I want you there. I want to know. I want our destinies to be together. Okay. Thanks. And he's still shivering.
Okay.
And then you walk together to that area, and now we go to our final place. So we've seen all of these places. What we haven't seen is the lower orphanage, which we won't see. Pray tell, at least right now. The lower orphanage is where the urchins, the ones who are kind of destined to be the farmers, the merchants, the people who are working for the kingdom, go there. Not really taken care of well. That orphanage is kind of run down, and it's a kind of sucky place to bring a bunch of kids, and a lot of kids live there. It's a like 14 to a room kind of place. It's very sad. But next to it, looking like a little Greek villa with these white, beautiful buildings with cobalt blue tops, you enter through this space, and almost immediately, besides their floor, there is water. And everything else below these buildings is the actual orphanage. And we are in Catharo Narrow. Catharo Narrow is the semi-aquatic orphanage for kids who really can't survive outside of the water. And so we meet like dolphin folk and otter folk and fish folk of all kind. And as we swim down deeper into these little tide pools and little coral reefs that these kids reside in, we go down into a little tiny crook and a crevice, nook and a crevice, inside that really only anything that could squeeze its body into could fit. And inside there, with a tiny little welding helmet and like these tentacles floating around with a little like arc welder, finishing up his masterpiece is a red octopus with white spots. Not octoperson, not humanoid octopus, a octopus itself welding a tank. And by tank, I mean a fish tank with arms, body, and legs. You'll see there's going to be a pop-up for it. You'll know exactly what it looks like. And so, Briland, please describe your character, Cousteau.
Yeah, just all of his arms going, working real hard on his Vank, just polishing up the bells and whistles, sort of this steampunk kind of copper piece of just big tank attached to a mech, essentially.
Yeah.
Just finishing it up and pleased with his work and excited to get out, see the world, and become top of the food chain.
Yeah, that's a big problem for you, right?
It's been a weak spot recently.
Because your brain, you're very smart. That's why you're able to do all of this. That and the fact that you have you used to have a friend.
I used to have a friend.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And now that friend is part of me.
What?
You don't have to explain. We can find other moments to explain this more if you want to.
No, that's all I'll say.
Okay, cool.
So done.
You.
What?
Absorbed.
So you are. Before this, though, I will say you were fast asleep.
Okay.
I forgot to do this part, which is important. You're fast asleep, and you are dreaming of an abyss. Just darkness on all sides. You just floating, and as you float in the abyss, you try to swim in other directions. You can't. Basically nothing is moving. And an itch in your head is telling you that something is looking at you right behind you. In your dream, do you turn to look, or do you stay facing this way?
I immediately camouflage
Ah,
to blend in with the abyss.
octopus need objects to camouflage into. In
Welcome to
abyss,
the
you
boy.
can't. True, octopi camouflage is
Okay.
related to
Yeah.
object surroundings.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to pretend I don't notice for just like an additional 2 seconds, and then swim away as fast as I can.
Cool. You try that, and it's like the coyote running, just like, and you nothing. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
You just know that that's behind you. Before you wake up, you hear one word. You hear Gios. And yes, you can spell that. Technically, it's gamma, but we'll say Gios. Yes, there's a difference for those of you who are looking into the Greek stuff. Gios. Good. And then you wake up and you're working on your tank and like la 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 la.
The dream just like comes back to me.
And you just go, you dissociated for a moment and you came back in. It's that shirt that says like Cousteau's wearing a shirt that says no fears, and then it like goes into that dream state and it goes back is one fear. But you're working on your tank, and you're welding and it's looking great. No dings. It's beautiful. It's shiny and chrome. And you think about the fact that you are 3 as well, even though technically you're not an orphan here. You're just an animal. They don't treat you like a student. They don't treat you like a person. They treat you like an animal.
Was I like born in the bush as like an egg and then transported here? Or...
That's what you were. You were told that you were hatched here, just like all the other like creatures in here as well.
Gotcha.
Because there are other creatures around. You were. That's also like people eat octopus. There are other octopus here. People eat them.
I also
You've also.
eat them.
Yummy.
You've also eaten an
I
octopus.
no
I love
longer have
calamari.
Gregory's arm.
No, you were famished, and so unless you want to say right now that you jerkied, what was his name, Gregory? Gregory's arm for later.
Gregory.
Do you want to jerky Gregory's arm?
No, I probably ate it.
You probably ate it. We'll see if we can jerky other octopus later.
There'll be more.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah, he because the cafeteria serves everything here. Like it could have been, but octopus are known for eating other octopus. And he straight up, the octopus was also, I want to mind you, alive when he talked to him.
Yeah, Gregory.
He's like, it is what it is, and just took Gregory's arm. Before you could get into your tank, though, can you give me a dex save? Which is before you're in your
Great
tank.
at those.
Yes, because you're before you're in your tank.
Okay, before I'm in the tank.
Yes.
Ooh, the big one.
Because you get +2 to this because you're not in your tank. What did you get?
8.
8
Total.
plus total. Well, that's with the +2.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't use the dice that I made, I'm not going to be
no,
offended.
no,
It's been
we
bad
will.
so far.
Briland's been made. I have this massive dice that Briland made that has all the characters
That one
inside of
is
it.
massive.
It's gorgeous. I
All the
love it. And it's been
characters
rolling 19s. Anyways, so you do feel immediately a whirlpool. You are engulfed in a whirlpool, and you're just spun. And like all of your tentacles tangle up. Your arc welder just shoots off and starts like welding against the wall, and it's like making holes. And you're making the vank, and then just a really high pitched comes in, and swimming through is a dolphin folk baby named Anthe High Whistle. High Whistle is a nickname, by the way. I wonder why. You think you're going to determination ceremony? You're just an octopus. What? What's the tank for? You think you're leaving? You're here forever. God, that was an annoying voice to do.
Hope the conversation is short.
I had a really nice nice time last night. Just she goes off on like a full tangent. No, yeah. So she's laughing. She's poking. You're still in a whirlpool, and then she like lets you go, but she's poking at your Vank right now. The Vank, by the way, is the tank he's building.
Well, I can't say anything because I'm not in it. Is she like blocking me from getting inside?
No, you could probably do you'd probably an opposed dexterity. I would even say opposed acrobatics. Maybe no. I'd say dexterity is probably better in this situation for you. So yeah, you could do an opposed dexterity to try to get past her and inside.
Yeah, I want to get into that tank.
Dope.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna give
comfortable
her.
outside.
Get me in that tank.
That's gonna be 17.
Ooh, her dexterity is trash. No, she's a dolphin. She should have fine. There we go. Her dex. Oh, her dex is just +0. So, you try to swim past her, and her tail flips up, and she smacks you, and no damage, but she smacks you against the wall because you're underwater. It's not that, but she does hit you away. She rolled a 19.
No.
Like 19 straight. No ads.
Dang.
And you try to get in, she smacks you away. You think you need something like that to talk to me, huh? You don't think you can? Oh wait. And she remembers, and then she casts message. And she remembers that you're an octopus, you can't actually speak, so she's like asking you these questions. She's a really, really good wizard. Not a very smart person. But so she casts a message so she can actually hear you talk.
Okay.
And so, because of course she was like, oh, you can't. Okay, and so she messaged that, and then just same thing. But in the message, it's not even like a different voice, it's still her going in your brain now, which is probably worse, being like, answer me here! What are you gonna do, huh? What do you think you're gonna do?
Please leave my mind.
She's like, the visions of her in your mind just like, no! Answer me!
My brain is shaped like a donut, so
Yeah,
it's just like going around.
True octopus facts here with Schack-Farnell. Octopus's brains are donuts with the esophagus going through the center. This has been
that's
True
crazy.
Octopus Facts.
I listened to 2 octopus podcasts on the drive here.
Wow.
But yeah, so she asks you, you don't have to answer her, but she's going to keep pestering you if you give her, and honestly, you can answer honestly, do you think that you're going to go to the termination ceremony? Do you think that you'll be called?
No.
No?
I'm not going to answer her, but
No.
I don't think there's any reason why I would be called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if he was going to go, it would just be more out of interest to see what happens, and also considering what he witnessed the night before.
Yes. Which would you want to talk about what you witnessed the night before? Or do you want me to help my help?
I was taking the Vank out for a test drive, and one of the people that I won't really call a friend, but someone who was friendly to me at
Catharo Narrow, yeah.
Was kidnapped
Mm-hmm.
by 2 of the teachers. Well,
Yeah.
one teacher controlling another teacher as well. And yeah, but that student had told me that there was some nannies going missing, and then they were kidnapped. So that's something that I think I might follow up on.
I laugh that you were like, I'm not friends, but we're friendly. But then your Cousteau turns while looking at Anthony, and there's actually a crudely drawn crayon picture of Badria, the person you're talking about, who is a penguin folk rogue, ninja in her own right. There's a crude crayon drawing of Badria holding hands with Cousteau, one of the tentacles being like, it says like BFF forever, and she knows that FDF does actually stand for. And I just love that Cousteau's like, we're not really friends, and then that's the image next to him. She really is. She wants to be your friend badly.
She
but,
drew it, not me.
It's true. She did draw it. You tried to like cross yourself out, but you couldn't. So you answer. So what do you say to Anthony just to get her off your tail? Tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
I will come to hopefully see you humiliated.
Ooh, can you give me an intimidation?
Yeah. Intimidation. 6.
Nice.
Sorry, Kong, my audio person. I apologize for doing that. I'll try not to make her voice anymore. She laughs and like dolphin kicks back out. Like you know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
former swimmer. All right, we'll see who's gonna be humiliated. Who? shut up! And she like walks away. She swims away. You're able to get into your vank. You turn it on. The vank is a great source of getting out of the water. It's the only way really truly to get out of the water for you. And it's just, and that's basically your home now.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And you drive it out of the same vank-shaped hole that you made the other night. And you drive it out and you go up to inside of Kathira Narrow. And then right before you're about to exit, you feel your machine stop. No longer move, but not like you hear the gears turning and it's revving, but it's being stopped. And then you hear a voice as well before you leave saying, I better not see you at the ceremony, little one. Creatures like you should be neither seen nor heard. She lets you go, and look. If you look back at the bank's rearview mirror, and you see,
turn around.
you just turn.
Inside. The
Oh yeah. Sorry, you do turn around. The bank doesn't because you can turn around.
Yeah.
And letting you go and doing this is a human woman with dyed green skin, whose hair is jet blue, with just all looks like even in outside of water on dry land, always looks like it's floating in water, and that's Safa, the sea witch, the caretaker that you know, probably has something to do with Badria's disappearance. And as you walk away, you remember hidden in the little Vank's compartment. You remember the little note that Badria left that says, "Help, Nanny's missing." And you remember there's something to do besides the determination ceremony or after the ceremony that'll help this. And we met all of our casts, and every baby is now making their way, trickling in to the Church of Dad, a chapel with stork grotesques craning their beaks into the sky, looms over the streams of children trickling in before the steps of the church. As the last baby trickles in, the big double doors slam closed. In the chapel, at the pulpit, the babies turn to see Duchess Skyla, your lovely ruler, standing in the center, very regal in a beautiful gown. She's a raven folk, just like her son, Sklunk. So beautiful purple, black feathers, a little bit of blush, a little bit of eyeliner, some shadow just to make it pop, and a gorgeous tiara on her head. She holds herself very much like this piggy does, very regally. And to her left is Arwell, the sorcerer teacher from the Upper Orphanage. To her right is Safa, the Sea Witch, and right below her on the ground, guarding the trio is Orkel Battlebeard. They all stand up there, and you hear the Duchess go, and everyone quietly gets quiet, turns to her. She looks out. The kingdom of Sasonia in Folivora was founded by quest and conquer, in the pact of partnership and community. It is in this light that we guide you to your next adventure. You will form a bond with 3 other adventurers, and through perilous journey and righteous quest, you will reach the path of destiny among siblings. Safa's eyes begin to glow. And so does Arwell's. They both start glowing the same kind of gold-yellow glow in their eyes, and out of nowhere, from a pocket dimension, a scroll is pulled out. It's my favorite thing. I love this idea of the scroll. They let go, and the scroll wraps itself around Safa and Arwell, and wraps and glows goldenly, and wraps itself around these two, and in tandem, the two speak, and hopefully in editing I can do a tandem voice thing, because I think that's cool. Heed the words of the sister and daughter, goddess of time and destiny. Thus is your charge. And they begin to call names. They're channeling the deity, the daughter, or the sister, depending on who you talk to in different religions. Dad's daughter, who is in charge of basically giving out the prophetic, I wouldn't say prophetic, destiny of these children on their adventure. And they do that by setting them up in brigades. Brigades of 4 that go together and clumped. And so you're going to see this. You're all in there, and you start hearing them call names. They're calling names after name are called, and then groups of 4 begin to form in rows of the pulpit as you go. And so the pews, and the pews of this church, you've got rows of brigades that are sitting down. And it starts to trickle away, And then the last brigade is called, and the light fades from Safa and Arwell's eyes. You 5 look around, and the only names not called are Andro, Burrow, Chromeal, Cousteau, Karder. Actually,
I
Curious.
knew I had my destiny.
there is a 6th name that wasn't called, but you don't hear it. There's a 6th, you don't know it. There is a name that wasn't called, but you don't know it. In fact, Ellie, can you roll me an investigation check?
Sure.
Was Badria's name called?
Yes,
Okay.
but there is a group of 3
Right. Okay.
waiting for Badria, and Safa just kind of lets it go.
Gotcha.
The 3 also, can you give me an insight check, please? That's a great question. I would love for you. Anybody else see, like, when you before we go on, is there anything else you think about this? Also, what'd you roll?
I got a 9 plus 2 for investigation.
So 11.
Yeah.
It's all chill. There is that 6th name that was called, but like, so there is a group of 3 that is missing a person. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Let me go back. There was a name called that you recognize, but they're missing from the group. There's a group of 3. Okay.
Pray tell us the name.
tell.
It's interesting because it's the group that Alotel was in. So it's a group that Alotel is missing the name.
Perhaps I know the name.
Oh yeah. You can. The name is Nellie. Nellie.
That's weird. That's
It is.
suspicious.
And then Alotel is just kind of nodding and going like. And Alotel looks very sad, extremely sad. And so, what did you get?
Insight 16.
16. That's great. You do see the 3 over there that Badria was called with.
Yeah.
There is a upper orphanage kid named Oheen. There is, which Andrew would recognize. There's an upper orphanage kid named Oheen. There is a Rawain, one of the dwarven girls, is in that group as well. And then you have Oot. Oot is an Elefolk monk, Temple of the Mother. They are the 3 that are missing Badria as well. But when you look at them, because your insight was a 16, they don't seem bothered by this. They don't really feel, they're just
not
like, okay, this is
surprised.
they're not surprised.
Interesting.
Or it's either, I don't think you've rolled enough to know if it's not surprised, but it's more of like they don't care.
Okay.
That the 3 of them, they're great. But they see there are 5 of you left without any sort of brigade. And then, so Safa and Arwell look at you, and Orkel looks at you, especially Chromeal, and is heartbroken.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, do you do that? Do you say that to Orkel?
Across the
Say
church,
what?
I'm like,
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
What's going
Is that
on?
what you do?
Yeah.
Your names aren't called, so Chromeal, you go over to ask Orkel probably.
Yeah.
Do you want anybody else have any sort of, or are you just waiting? You obviously don't think your name would
I
be
never
called.
expected to be called. I'm kind of just watching Safa, and because she didn't want to see me here, and if she does see me, then
She sees you, but she doesn't. This is disturbing her too, that there are people
Okay.
out. But you're not the problem. She sees
Right.
4 kids that weren't called, and then an octopus. So she doesn't give a shit about the octopus. But the 4 kids being called, and then you go up to Orkel.
Is Arwell? She's the 105-year-old.
Yeah.
I flip her the bird. I'm like, I freaking
The
told
bird
you.
flips
the
the
bird.
bird.
Yeah. And I
You just
say, I
designate-
freaking told you that I wasn't meant for this.
She does fume a little bit. She's like, and
Shame.
she's trying to figure it out too. Burrow, you good with this? You okay?
I was curious about where Quinn and Quan went.
Quinn and Quan got into a group together. Quinn and Quan are in a group together. They're with 2 other dwarves, one from the lower orphanage, and then one from the Copper Coin, but like no one important, no one you guys have you've recognized. But they're there, and they're like, yeah, we got to be together. The twins are really ecstatic about being together, but they don't seem to think that they know what's going on either. But you go to Orkel, and you go up there, and you're like, what's good? What's going on? She's
yeah.
like, my son, I don't know, and I will find it out. And he looks up at Arwell and Safa just says, look, we don't speak for the sister. The sister speaks through us, okay? You know what? If it'll make you feel better, Orkel, let's try again. And Arwell's like, we've never had to, I don't care if we've never had to do it. We're going to. And she truly, before it's just like, it's channeling divinity, but easily, because this is something they've always done. But now this is Safa truly trying to channel divinity. like rolling it, actually actively reaching out to the sister and being like, "You need to give me an answer now."
I try and like quickly run out the door.
You trying to run out the door?
I'm like, nope, it's already been spoken. Sister's already spoken.
Can I
Good.
just be like muttering to myself before this happens? And I'm just kind of
What do
like,
you mutter?
well, I think about my bed this morning and how I didn't fire the bed, and so like I'm
Fire
just
the
like,
bed.
and so I'm just like, good omen, my ass.
Yeah.
butthole.
I thought also your brain was like, "Am I dead? Is that why I didn't flame the bed? I might be dead."
I flame myself.
Your anxiety hits another level.
What am I supposed to be expecting?
Yeah, exactly. You
Oh,
try to
and
run
then-
away. Oh,
Can
go
I
ahead.
also, is Clunk around?
Skunk was
Skunk.
paired in a group with Gurdon,
Clunky
with Gurdon, Finn Gorechops,
No.
and Kaha, which is a catfolk girl from the Ellora orphanage.
Is Squonk still in the church?
Oh yeah.
Can I shoot a little fire at his butt?
Yeah. Give me a. Do you want to just? I think you have fire. What's your normal? I think it's firebolt. No, not firebolt. What's your
Yeah.
cantrip?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. So yeah, should give me a. He doesn't have a very high AC, but give me a roll.
5.
No, his AC's not that low. Wait, is that 5 plus something? Did you add the plus?
Is it a spell attack mod?
Yeah, so it's 5 plus 5 then.
10.
10, still no. Sorry.
Wow.
You try to, it shoots past him, and he looked at the scar that was there from the last time you flamed him in the butt. Ha! You're just mad because you don't have a destiny! And he like, squawk, 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 squawk.
And you're just mad because you're a little bitch. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
you start,
Yeah.
so it's about 6 seconds to run. Like, it's a long pulpit. So while you're doing that, Safa and Arwell glow brighter than they ever have. Fully Super Saiyan orb of aura, of gold aura, surrounds them. No scroll this time at all. But both eyes glow up, their mouth glows. It's like an overwhelming channel divinity. And while you're do you keep running while this is happening?
I'm like, the sister's spoken. I'm gonna go pursue my own destiny now.
Gold light
Oh my
gold light shines on the edges of the door and slams them closed. Nothing. This is not a DM thing. This is legitimately what was going to happen anyways. So I like that you said you're going to run because you couldn't have anyways. Both voices happen. Let's see if I can do this nice and. I have a little card for this.
I'm so stressed out.
A fire's breath, a race revived. As lightning strike reveals the lie. In earth or darkness, strength is found. To save the mother deeply drowns. On wings of change to sever ties. A crown unmade by heroes five. Andro, and the one who's untrue. Burrow, Chromeal, and the octopus too. And they both pass out. And you all get your little prophecy cards. Prophecy card.
Prophecy card.
Prophecy card. Prophecy card. So you guys can always reference these back if you want to. Prophecy card.
Prophecy card.
Prophecy card.
Prophecy card.
I
Prophecy
love
card.
overthrowing a
Thank you.
kingdom.
Thank you.
Good.
That's fun.
So you heard the names Andro, Burrow, Chromeal, and then you got references someone who's untrue and Cousteau. But there's only 5 people left.
What's your problem?
Did you say that loud? They're flatter for the microphone.
Yes.
It's suspicious. to
What's
say
your
for
problem?
sure.
Wait.
You
No,
say
and
that.
So I was like,
What's your problem?
And Orkel and everyone is. This has never happened. Everyone is freaking out. Orkel, like babies are like chattering
All the
loudly.
groups are
All the
still
groups
here?
are still there.
Okay.
This no one's left yet.
Okay.
It's still happening. All the kids are like, oh, what the 5 kids, not 4 kids, 5. And then Orkel takes his massive halberd, like just slams it into the ground 3 times. The whole place quiets. Duchess Skyla, who is not. Well, actually, if you guys would like to do a group insight check, or if you feel like insight or investigation, whatever's better for you, you can even do perception. But I feel like that's the same.
5.
5. Okay.
16 plus 2.
Well,
Woo!
2 plus 3, which is 5.
7.
do our roles even matter?
have a feeling they
No,
don't.
not really. But
I'm still trying to figure out what a bird is.
yeah, right. Because you've been underwater most of the time. You're just like, well, hey, but your Badgeria was a bird.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Beaks, wings, what the fuck? But you sit there and the Duchess smiles. What grace. What wonderful history we're making! And she applauds, kind of poignantly, for the rest of the babies to also applaud with her. She looks down at like Safa and Arwell still passed out. I've decided. Let it stay. Groundbreaking. Here at BabyDale, we have our first fabled 5 brigade. The first one ever in BabyDale. 5 kids. What fun. What journeys. What adventure. Good. Well, 4.5. And she looks at Cousteau, because it's still a little bit there. Now that the excitement is done, tomorrow morning, you will take your first steps outside the gates of BabyDale. Goodness me, what a wonderful day we're having. Goodbye all. Be safe, pack light, and be ready for your future. She does this, the doors open again, the kids start streaming out. You'd think that the Orcal is kind of looking at you, being like, we got it settled, good. I talked to the manager. It's like I talked to the manager type of thing.
Thanks, Dad.
yeah, it puts the, and talks to the manager. Okay, and then all the kids are dismissed, but you 5 are still kind of in a clump together looking at each other. And does anybody say anything to each other?
Well, shit.
Yeah, that's a good, well, shit.
Yeah.
Untrue.
Untrue?
Yeah.
Untrue.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just start mimicking his behavior.
Andro found like a person of like masculinity that's very like confident that you're like, I will absolutely imitate that, thank you.
Please teach me your ways.
It's gonna be a pleasure to be working with you all. I'm so excited to set out. On,
a kid that looks like the Antichrist is being very nice to you right now.
Yeah, let's do this.
Good.
Yeah.
Cousteau,
Yeah.
Cousteau, do you have anything to say?
I'm just taking it all in, I think.
I tap on the glass.
Get
With your
far
beak or
away
with your feather?
From that side.
With my beak.
With your beak.
No, but it's gentle.
It's gentle, but it's still jarring.
Yeah. Gong! Please do not do that!
The fucking tank he's in just spoke to you.
Huh?
You're kind of a squiggly one, huh?
Yeah.
He calls you a squiggle.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Wiggly one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that
He's the
about?
weird
Is
one.
that
Yeah.
your real voice or like? Is that
My designation is Cousteau.
Are you French?
Oui. Yeah, that's a great question.
What is this falsehood that is spoken of?
Cousteau's a little upset about being called out, so...
I'm just saying, we know a lot of very little about this guy. So maybe he's the untrue
Can you roll me a deception,
one.
please?
true one?
That's a 5 plus 6, which
Jeez.
is an 11.
Y'all need to start rolling over 10s, okay? Obviously there is something that you don't want to talk about. A good way, but instead of talking about it, you kind of clear your throat and it's like, so what are we doing after this? Like, I kind of look at it, you're all stuck, you're the only ones left in the Church of Dad. Everyone, all the other kids have either gone off with their groups to like have group bonding or go pack. It depends on like the group, but like you guys have this opportunity.
Is Safa still unconscious on the ground?
Orkel has carried all Arwell and Safa out of the room.
Damn.
No, you cannot fuck with the sea witch.
I was just gonna run her over.
I turn and I leave and I say, I know about y'all. I'm headed over to Mama Galactus Tavern.
Cool. And so you start to walk
I'm
away to Mama
down the
Galactus.
Like, yeah, regroup at tavern.
You go off and like on your own thing, and Burrow's like, yeah, together. Anybody else?
I have some errands to run. I have to return some videotapes.
Is that an excuse or?
Yes.
I do want to, and so you say these things and start to break away. Andro, you look into your little overall pocket and you pull out that slip of paper that says "Nanny's missing."
Hey.
Yep, yeah.
Before anybody goes.
Yeah, Burrow, like that's Patrick stop.
I have a weird question for y'all.
I stop and I turn.
You also could have just turned your body that time, but you deliberately turned the entire thing.
And it's like totally cool if you guys don't want to do any of this. I don't want to, get into your time or, you obviously have plans, videotapes to return. I totally get it. Have you guys heard anything about the nannies that have gone missing?
immediately just like a little tray shoots out from my tank, and there's a similar rolled up note just like within this little tray.
And I say, nope! Because I never received no such papers.
No, but you do regurgitate a little bit, and you do remember that last night in the middle of the bar brawl, you took the slip of paper, the big thing, the big poster that pulls. Everyone has those little tabs from that paper, but you have the full poster, and you took that. And I think you either ate it or it got lost, but you think you ate it, but actually you were kind of out of your mind. You woke up at the tavern. Now you remember in your back pocket is the full poster, and as you say that, I don't remember that, it falls out of your back pocket.
Does it have 4 little slips missing?
Wow, this untrue thing just really keeps
that's interesting.
coming back.
That is interesting.
So we got 1, 2 have heard about this.
I also regurgitate a slip of paper.
Why are
We
you
all
guys
need to get
eating
pockets.
everything?
He has no arms. I was supposed to grab it.
Put it in your
And-
tube top, man. Come on.
And then Chromeal.
I also found it on the freaking ground.
Mhm.
Litter bug.
The untrue one must have delivered them to us.
Yes, untrue and a litter bug.
No.
Yeah.
It lies yet again.
That's so mean.
Look, okay, obviously we have been lumped together for a reason. So sadly, I think we're gonna somehow energy-wise be stuck together for a minute.
Yay!
Then I say we stick ourselves in Mama Galactus and we discuss it over a pint.
I can go for that.
Great. Let's go.
Cousteau, what is?
I'll pour it
I
in your
have
tank.
no idea what most of these words are.
You're furiously your octopus person is furiously adding to your little personal dictionary inside of the bank, being like, drink, pint.
Mama
This
tank
Galactus.
is 52 gallons.
I look at you
Conversion?
I was like,
Googling
it was
it.
like 2 minutes into the ceremony. I was like, "Who is Dad?"
That's true. And I think on the way to Mama Galactus is you can ask these questions and you're adding to your little data bank and they're answering these little small things. But you make it to Mama Galactus's tavern. And the person who is the contact on that Nanny's Missing is sitting in a booth at the very second level of Mama Galactus's tavern, a kind of private area for parties to meet. And you all decide to grab a pint and then meet on the second level. And in the shadows of this little table and a little cloak, a little person sits there and shivers and looks constantly over and over and over, and you look closer and it is an owl folk named Duell. Duell is an owl folk, basically one of the kids in the upper orphanage who's actually meant to be an accountant, not like any sort of adventurer, so he's not really good about scary things. But it's him who posted the poster, and he's waiting at the table. You all have your pints. You go to the table to sit down. Were you guys trying to do the Nanny's Missing stuff, or you just wanted to get a pint?
I just wanted to get a pint. I'll let you
Is
guys
that
know.
true or untrue?
It is true. It is true is what it is.
So you guys go to sit at your own table. You go to sit at your own table, and the owl folk's head kind of turns and keeps turning to look at your table. He kind of looks and like takes his glass. He like hops down and goes, like lands your table like, hey guys, are you here to meet with me? There's no one else up here. Why did you? If you're
say very loudly, "Who are you?"
I'm Dwell. I posted the Nanny's Missing, and he looks, and in some of your hands he sees the slips of Nanny's Missing that you guys brought in with you. So yeah, it's you. So can you help? Let me start from the beginning. I'm 12, upper orphanage, 2 years old. My nanny, Nanette, or my caretaker, Nanny Nanette, she's if you're an upper orphanage person, you know that Nanny Nanette is like a goat folk woman, like older woman, goat folk, very, very coddling to a lot of the kids. She disappeared like a week ago. And then I kept talking to other people, and they kept saying like other caretakers kept going missing, and so I'd like to find them the next year or so. Hopefully today, but like the next year or so until like leave, I'd like to find Nanny Nanette. We've got a lot of therapy to go over, and I think she needs to. I need her. Have you guys had any nannies missing? And then you hear glasses clinking, and you turn to your right, and there's a preteen human, slowly as in like this is her job but not her life, going around collecting glasses off of empty tables upstairs, but like doing so to where it's like she's constantly doing this, and like your conversation's there, and like walking around looking. She turns, she like slams her thing on the knob. Let me talk to you. All right? Okay. I don't like this shop. You know what I like? The gossip. She talks a lot like Mama Galactus, and it's a weird, like, this is like, she's probably getting a lot of her mannerisms from working with this one. I like gossip. All right, look. You like the first kids to talk about this, but no. And Dwell's like, oh, I'm not saying shit for any, and she does this, and then Dwell, like, reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a couple gold pieces and gives it to Nymphy. Or, by the way, she says, I'm Nymphy. You can write it down if you want, but I'm Nymphy. I work here, and that's okay, but I only work here for the juicy juice, the gossip. Alright? And I'll tell you one thing. If Dwell gives her more money, there was a line, I've been told, a line of, like, caretakers just randomly walking towards, like, that little area in the Temple of the Mother, Coppercoin area, that little section of BabyDale. There are a bunch of people just walking. And walking doesn't sound weird. Walking doesn't sound weird, right? Walking. Walking. I walk. Whatever. But it's like they're walking like at the same time, in the same step. They were kind of like didn't know really what they were going, but they were going somewhere, like just in that area. And the kid was weirded out, and then he went to bed. So I don't know. That's all I know. It's just there's late at night, caretakers walking. Immediately, you hear from outside. Dwell! You piece of dung! Come on out or we're coming in! You have 1 minute! Do you guys go to the windows? Just to check that out?
Yeah.
I go to the window.
You go to the window. Do you care if are you stealthily checking the windows? Or are you just like fully like opening the curtain to see what the fuck's happening?
Right.
Great. So give me great. So you know, cool. Not stealthy whatsoever. So they see you open the curtain, and below, outside of Mama Galactus' tavern, on the ground outside is Sklunk, Finn Gorechops, Anthe High Whistle, Kaha, and that's it. And you see them all standing, all 4 of them standing out there. And they're waiting, and they're calling down for Dwell. And Dwell's like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. I opened my beak, I tried to look around things, and now I'm gonna get killed because I looked into things that I shouldn't have. People told me this is gonna happen. I had a reading from a fortune teller, and they said, your beak's gonna be on a wall somewhere because I just can't shut up.
Are you an accountant?
Yes, you need, and you pull out a little business card. When you're older, I will be accounting.
I don't plan on paying my taxes, but
Terrified. Can you plan on doing one thing for me?
Uh-huh.
Save me! And he cries, and he bleeds you to help face off against the bullies downstairs.
With my tail, I wanna like pet his
Yeah.
And he's confused because you're scary, but also very comforting.
We got it. We can help.
You can help?
Listen,
I
this is
think-
just, you're 2 years old. This is typical picking on you. They're 3-year-olds. They think they're hot shit. They're gonna be fine. If anything, I'm pretty sure, like, they're not even gonna do anything. Also, why do they want to fight you?
Yeah,
I'm
what's
confused.
going
What
on?
did you do? If you're an accountant?
I don't know. I think I mean, I'm always bullied.
That's sad.
At the upper orphanage by you know, Sklunk, Oheen,
Skunk?
sucks. He sucks. He always has his power because he's the Duchess's son. Woo!
I look out the window and I'm just like immediately like seething. My fist starts smoking.
Burning hands in the ready.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know. I just know that I'm. Some people may not want me to know what I know.
What do you know?
Do
I
you
know that nannies are going missing. Do
you know where Baklava is?
Sounds
Badria?
That is what I said.
No, I talked to her 2 days ago, and she said she was going to investigate one of the Cathar Narrow caretakers going missing. Captain Thillin apparently went missing for a couple days. And I never heard back from her yesterday. Is she okay? Or have you seen her?
She was taken.
Oh, so it's not just nannies. It's gonna be kids now. They're here to take me. Please.
Simmer down.
And his like head recedes into his body. And so do you guys go down?
Inverts.
Do you guys go down?
Oh, I gotta see my boy Chops.
Hey, you're not even there to help him. You just want to put Chops in his
Yeah, this
place.
guy.
Jesus. You go down. Now, before we get started, I want you to roll. Are you trying to intimidate them as you come out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
big- yeah.
so roll group intimidation
I
check.
just go down and I'm just there to get another pint.
Group intimidation check.
It's not bad.
I'll take care of that real quick.
I don't think I'm trying to intimidate. I think I'm just like.
Yeah, I don't think
I would
I'm
roll
gonna-
for like, yeah, that's fine. You don't think you're an intimidator?
No, I'm just
But I'll
trying
let
to
the
get
people that
another-
are. Are you
Yeah,
not?
And I'm just I wasn't expecting to take this to violence.
Oh.
You're like,
I,
we're here
I
to.
was just like, what's going on? Y'all seem angry.
Good. So what does my intimidation people come out with?
21.
Woo!
I'm like, I want to intimidate, but still kind of hiding behind Chromeal, and I got a 15.
That's not bad at
That's
all.
not bad.
Once again, things are looking up for Andro. You kick open, you come down the stairs, you kick open the front door of Mama Galacta's. Chromeal first, coming out with his large large great axe, twirling it over your head.
Like
You
a
were
sign.
saying, like, what do you say to Finn to intimidate him?
Finn, you're a pussy. Get out of here.
He
And I
absolutely gulps, did not know that you were going to be there with Dwell. And so he's going to take a second to take his turn when in combat.
Ooh,
And then Andro, is there anybody you would like to intimidate?
This is Squawk.
Sklunk. So Sklunk is also, because you got a 15, is also going to be too intimidated to act first. So you're going to go before
Ooh.
him. But Finn's going to have you're going to go before Sklunk, but like Finn's going to have a whole turn where he doesn't go. And so we have Chromeal up first. Remember, Finn is getting his turn skipped because you made him basically terrified. Let me know what
let
you'd like to
himself-
do. Are you going to go after Finn then? He is the front. If you look, he's only about 20 feet away
Yeah.
and at the front of the group.
Yeah. Finn. Yes, Finn is my. Finn is the target here. We need to put him in place. Am I up first?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
Because you got a successful intimidate. So basically, this is your surprise round.
So how far away is he?
At 20 feet.
20 feet? Oh, that's crazy because I can go 25 feet.
Hell yeah. So you want to go straight up to him?
Oh yeah, with the great axe
Good.
and just bonk him.
Hey, just bonk him. All right, roll me a bonk bonk.
Roll for
Are
bonk.
you going? So I'm being honest. Is this a killing blow or is this more of a knocking out blow?
No, I don't want to kill
Trying to
the
kill
guy.
this kid.
I don't want
Okay.
to kill the guy. We just graduated. I mean, I don't hate him, but
But I think he's a little punk.
Yeah.
So a little bonk won't be too bad.
Cool.
So do I add anything to that?
Yes, you add your attack modifier, which is +6.
Oh lord. How much is that? I can't do math.
What's the numbers?
16.
6 to 10 plus.
Wait, what?
What's the roll? What did you roll?
16.
Then +6.
Okay,
22.
22.
Yes, you absolutely hit. So roll me damage, which is your checks will always be d20s. Your
Okay.
different the other dice are for more damage. So give me a 1d6. So this is the cube, the usual,
Cube.
and you're gonna add 4 to it.
Okay.
That's on the back page of your where it says combat.
5.
5. Oh, by the way, do you want to rage as well?
Oh, that would probably be smart, huh?
Yeah, so you can rage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
make sure you
might
mark
as
off one
well.
of your rages.
Might as well.
You've used that. You got 3 per short rest, or 3 per So good. So what did you roll?
16.
We're gonna. No. You roll a d6.
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry. A 1.
A 1. Okay,
Yeah.
1 plus.
4.
No, because you add 2 because it's because of rage. So 1 plus
7.
4 plus 2. 7.
Yeah.
You do 7 damage on Finn. Great job. You hit him. You dash. You have no bonus. When you attack him, your great axe has kind of an ethereal glow to it, and wisps of smoke fall out of the axe as your ancestors.
Yeah, they do.
The
Yeah, they
ancestors
do.
that represent you appear around you, and as we talked about in the past, is this like the coaches, like the you got this, champ? These little league coaches appear out behind you, be like, you got this, champ. You got this. Good hit, solid hit.
Eye on the ball.
And they are surrounding Finn, like ridiculing him, and he really will have disadvantage if he doesn't attack you for the next turn. But you did 7 damage on him. Great.
Great.
We're going to move on to Andro.
I lock eyes with Sklunk. And how much does Sklunk weigh?
Sklunk weighs, says your babies. He's a little fat boy though. So.
He's a little husky.
I would say 20 pounds or so.
Never
So
mind.
you can't mage hand him. No. He is a bird, so he's a little lighter, but he's a little fatter, so it's a little bit.
That changes everything.
You have plenty of good stuff to do.
Oh, I know.
Um,
Which bolt? I'm gonna try to use which
Ooh,
bolt.
Witch Bolt. All right. Oh, you said the wrong house.
Mother trucker, dude.
13.
That's great. It hits. He's a spellcaster just like you, so they don't have high AC.
You gonna kill the crown prince?
Oh wow.
Can
So-
I say something to him?
Absolutely. When you look at him, with your fingers crackle with like eldritch electricity, and you look at him.
I want your ass. I mean, I want to burn your ass. I want to burn it.
What? You want my ass?
I want to burn your ass. I messed up the word.
She said, "I want my ass," right? Right, and then that's when you.
Want.
That is
And then-
correct.
Shut up.
And then you shoot out this electricity. Roll a d12 for me.
Oh,
And now for witch bolt, every turn you don't
it's
have
this
to.
one, I think.
Now that you've hit him, Witch Bolt automatically works as long as you don't do anything else or lose concentration in your turn. So immediately you just start to go, my action is to give Witch Bolt again to him.
Which bolt again?
So let me know what you do.
5.
5? That's great. It's just 5. But the thing about Witch Bolt is that every turn you no longer have to roll to attack. It automatically hits. You just constantly do damage unless you lose concentration, which happens when you get hit or you're under a condition. Great. So you hit Spunk with Witch Bolt. And, shaking. Everybody else is laughing.
I'm not laughing. I'm like, oh my
That's the
god.
crown prince.
This is turning into an assassination.
I'm just like,
Right.
I'm like, guys, it's just a couple of magical objects. We can share the
You
pride.
guys don't know him like I do.
You say that, and Kaha laughs and goes, magical items. You don't even know what you're in for, do you? She looks at you, and as soon as you say that, she says it, she gives you that intimidating stare, but you have a higher initiative, so before she can act, you go. And so, Karder, what do you do?
I just put my hands up and I'm like, guys, we got here fair and square first, alright? If you wanted to meet with this lady, I mean, our person. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The
gender really
accountant.
doesn't matter.
The accountant, if you wanted to meet with the accountant first, you should have gotten here sooner. The prize is ours. You need to find another mission.
And that's all you do?
I take another sip of my
I would like you to have what's called a hold action, which means that you're not going to do anything now, but if you can choose to do something later, somebody attacks you,
Okay.
or someone gets within distance of you. So do you want to
Yeah.
hold your attack for anything?
I'm a hole. Like,
Oh,
no one's
what do you
near me
wanna-
or anything. I'm in the back.
You still have to tell me, like, what are you holding for, so when it happens.
If anyone lunges at me,
Good. If I lunge at you, are you just going to do a rapier attack with festies?
yeah,
Or are you going to do, like, vicious mockery if they...
I'ma just, like, block it. I'ma use a shield.
Oh?
Or, like, I'm... Basically, if someone attacks me, my instinct is just be like, oh gosh, get away from me.
So why don't you do a...
No!
Why don't you do a hide action?
Jeepers!
Why don't you do a hide action, so that makes you
Okay,
gives
yeah.
them disadvantage on attacks against
Okay,
you.
yeah.
So you're gonna hide. You're gonna say like, "We're here first," and then you're gonna hide behind Dwell, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, what?" And then look at you for help, and then Kaha is going to look, smirk, and laugh at you guys, as well as run up to. It's gonna run up to Burrow. Because although she's gonna run up to Burrow, Chromeal, can you give me an opportunity attack to just roll
You're-
plus 6?
A D20.
D20 plus 6. Yep.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It does hit. Can you roll me a D6 again?
Yeah.
Because she runs past you and just fully doesn't.
Is that
care
my
about the
great? Is that my
opportunity
great axe or my
attack.
hand axe?
Great X. So it's a D6 plus 4.
Isn't it a D12?
For Great X?
Yeah.
Oh, it's D12. Yeah, D12. Sorry.
Okay.
So roll a D12 again for that. Was it D12 last time? No.
But it's
Roll
okay.
a D12 again the first time for the first one.
Okay, the first time was it 3 plus
Plus
4?
plus 4. So plus 2 because you had. So that's 9. So don't forget you have rage.
Oh, 9.
You'll also add 2 to all of your attack rolls.
Oh,
that
word.
because of rage.
Okay.
So that was 9 for this person. I would reroll for the one you did on Finn.
Okay. Same thing. 3.
Damn. So you went
Plus.
from 7 to 9.
Okay,
Good. So
got
you
a
added 2
couple
to that one.
extra, couple
Good.
extra.
Cool. You run past. You just hit her in the back of the head, and she stumbles forward, but still keeps going towards Burrow,
Clang.
and is going to rapier attack. Actually, is going to use as female agility. Is going to use their claws. Do a cat claws attack to Burrow.
Never.
So let me see.
With disadvantage.
Against Burrow. Why disadvantage?
Because my.
No, that's Finn. Finn has the Ancestral Guardians. Kaha, the cat clone person, is running it. Only Finn is being attacked by them because you attacked him first.
I see.
Great. So we're gonna roll for that.
Y'all have so many
Kaha, Burrow,
enemies.
what's your AC?
So, if I use a key to like dodge, it wouldn't matter.
Is it a reaction for dodging?
As a bonus action.
Yeah, that's during your turn. Only reactions can happen outside of your turn.
My AC is 13.
It lands right on 13, and my rule is that it has to be above your AC to go. I know it just hits, except for Cousteau. No. No.
Wipe that smile off your face.
You hit, she hits, it hits you, but it does no damage, is the idea for me. If it hits your AC, it means like a blow was struck, but it doesn't really affect you. You matched that. Because I think that's more fair for the evenness of it. So she does, she barely hits you, but it kind of pushes you a little bit, but not out too far, not out of 5 feet. But she's gunning for you. And then Anthe, from very far away, because she's a sorcerer and should not be anywhere near people, next to Sklunk, Anthe's gonna cast Ray of Frost, and she's gonna go for, let's see, she's gonna go for Cousteau, because I think that's...
Yeah, fucking try it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, definitely Ray of Frost against Cousteau. I know what I'm doing, but I'm doing this on purpose. She rolls a 15.
No.
So she throws a Ray of Frost at you. This ice beam just fully hits the Vank, and it dissipates off into snowflakes.
Yeah.
And she looks and goes, "Magical resistance?" And yep, if Cousteau had eyebrows, he would be wagging them right now. And Anthe figured out that there's the Vank is resistant to magic, which doesn't mean that it can't be hurt by magic. It's halved if it does hit, but still makes it pretty invulnerable to failed attacks. She's gonna stay where she is, so she's not gonna dash, and she has no bonus action, so she's gonna keep on trucking. So we're gonna move on to Burrow.
Yes.
You've got Kaha directly in front of you.
You know, I was just chilling. I was just hanging out, like seeing if we could just resolve this.
Like, we're not even
piece.
fighting right now.
But you know, after getting stabbed at, I'm gonna return the favor. I'm gonna use my staff to stab back.
Nice. Do you use the staff or do you want to use the snake head?
No, I just want to use the staff.
Okay,
now.
gotcha.
Tit for tat, as it were.
Yo, roll for me. Roll for me.
Just do a d20, correct?
Yeah, just 20. Just for a normal attack roll, +5.
8.
Total. Because you chose not to do the viper head, the adder head, you swing. She doesn't even duck. She does like the limbo thing. She like back bends and then flops back up and goes, "Antichrist, I don't need you. You're nothing. You're nothing. God, you're just so annoying." Very much. If you did an investigation hit, we're not gonna do that. She's very self-conscious. She doesn't really want to be here, but she's part of this brigade, and she's being very like, I need to fight. I need to get out my emotions somehow, and she's gonna focus on the person that looks the scariest, and that's you. Do you do anything else?
Interesting, curious.
Yeah.
Because as soon as she says the Antichrist, then my eyes narrow, and I'm doing my Fury of Blows as a bonus action.
So give me 2 more rolls, please.
And I beat the shit out of her.
Truly. She does say that in the middle of the first roll.
Oh my god.
Oh.
1
Is +5 or
+5.
7.
So no.
There we go, dirty 20.
Good. The first one, you're like, oh, she dodged the first one. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, did I hit a nerve? And as soon before she could even say nerve, the backhand swing behind the staff knocks her in the back of the head, and then you do 1d6, I think, for your staff. You guys gotta be looking at your sheets more than I do.
Yes, 1d4.
You 1d4 plus 6, so roll that d4.
Ooh, 9.
Total. Great, so you do that. You hit her in the back of the head. Is this a knockout blow?
I'm
Or
going
is
to
this a killing
change
blow?
it to because her health is her HP is gone.
Gone.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, that's just gonna be
A knockout. So the back of the hits her in the back of the head while she's busy. She falls down, hits her head on the ground, and knocks out. And literally in one move, because she decided to move past Chromeal, take that damage, and then go after. She was really cocky, but also she kind of feels like, did she even want to be in this fight at all? So like the first person, like, ow, gone, done. So she's gone. Kaha is no more. Burrow, you move at all. So no one's in front of you now, so you can move if you want to. Good kill.
I like that.
No, I'm looking down, admiring my work of
The dead body.
knocking out,
Sorry,
Kaha.
Nice. Kaha's knocked out. You're admiring yourself. You're like, that's what you get for calling me Antichrist. Cousteau, your turn.
Yeah. So a javelin weighs 2 pounds, so there's no reason I can't cast catapult on a javelin.
Correct.
Right? Fantastic.
Do you want to cast catapult on a
I'm
javelin?
gonna cast catapult on a javelin.
Do it to who?
Oh.
To Anthony?
Oh yeah. I think we know.
So
This
give me
thing's
a,
going through a fucking blowhole.
Harpoon the dolphin.
so she has to do a save. What's the save? Is it 13, I think?
14.
14, okay. And it's a dex save.
Just like javelin,
Yeah.
just like full on
Ooh.
out of my fangs.
Nice.
And you're still from afar because you're over 60 feet.
Yeah.
Good. So she has a
Good.
+2.
Captain
So she
Ahab
needs to
just-
get a 12 or higher. She rolls a 19, but she still takes half damage. So roll me 3d8.
Alright. She doesn't still have the damage that I did to her the night before, does she?
No, it's been a long rest.
Okay. 16.
16 total?
Yeah.
Nice. So where does the spear go? Like when you you know, like it is like the thing is you have an ability to show to just shoot a javelin.
Yeah.
But then you have the ability to like crank it back in a wedge, like coming out of the back, it like flips forward.
Oh,
A
yeah.
little spear. Click, 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 click. Her eyes go wide, and then shoots. Where does it land?
It's less of a javelin and more of like a harpoon. The goal of Cousteau was to go into her cackling mouth.
Wow.
And so was it 16 total or 16 that I have to have now?
16 was
The full.
The full.
Okay,
it
so
would
she
be
get half.
8. Yeah.
Good. So you do that. It doesn't go through her, but it gets lodged in her throat. Just,
Holy shit.
and she's just like looking around for people to help her, but everyone else is really focused on combat right now.
Yeah,
So you
I'm gonna move like full movement right up to her too.
love it. So goddamn.
I whisper to Dwell, I say, "You picked the right team."
Great. Good.
One that's
Cousteau.
been pulling my pigtails on the playground for the last 3 years.
Finn is gonna go and take a swipe. Actually, yeah, Finn's gonna go because you got the surprise round on him. Because technically you would have gone after him. He's gonna go and just do a swipe. Same thing. He has very similar stats to you. Because he's got the ancestors going. Come on! You can't do it! You can't do it! And he's gonna use his great
Hey,
axe.
bada, swing.
And he does. What's your AC is like 19.
1,000.
Hey. He hits, and so he's gonna 1d12 plus 3 damage on you. He does 13 damage. Yeah, that's not great. He does 13 damage. Great. He hits you. He stays with you, doesn't disengage, and he doesn't have bonus action to use, so he stays there. Good. So that's his turn. He does 13 damage to you. Sklunk's turn is going to turn to Cousteau because you're closest, and then try to do a. He'll do Thunder Wave. Actually no, yeah, and Finn's there too. Yeah, he's gonna do Thunder Wave. He's gonna hit Chromeal, Finn, and Cousteau. So let me pull that up. Thunder Wave. So you guys need to roll me I believe it's a Dex save. I'm gonna double check this.
Okay. That's a D20, eh?
That is a
Con,
D20.
it's
Yes.
a con save.
Con save. Sorry, con. Thank you. You had Thunder Wave, so I knew you would know.
Constitution.
It's a 17 for Cousteau.
17. What did you get, Chromeal?
Yikers. 8?
8, so you fail, but Cousteau passes. So it's just 2d8, I believe, of damage.
Wait, can I
2d8, yeah.
can I use denier
Denial
denying
of fate.
destiny?
Yeah, yes, did you, what is that? Is that just a...
Well, wait, no, so I would have to roll a D120.
Yeah, d20 and you want to replace it.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, so roll a d20
16.
real quick and see if it works. And then you can keep that for other ones if you don't use it for this one, because we're supposed to have done that at the beginning of the
Yes.
day. Gotta remind
16.
me of that. 16.
And then it would be
You
plus
wanna-
his modifier.
Plus his modifier, so you want to use that to save
Yeah.
for his. So you use the Dire Fate. Chromeal looks like he's about to get taken down, but he finds his feet, he gets planted. He still takes damage. You still take 2d8 halved damage. You get it halved again because no, it's thunder, not physical damage. So you don't
I
get it
get halved.
You get it halved.
Right.
You don't because you have only physical resistance. So where's my d8s? D8. It is 8 for you, but 8 damage for Chromeal. And then we have 8 halved to 4 for you. That is half.
Right.
So what are you at, Chromeal?
Hold on.
Because I just did, what,
Hold
16
on,
damage to you before?
I did 13 before.
13 and now it's 8, so 21.
I'm down 21 health out of 32.
Oh, that's not too bad. Well, you're looking pretty shot at. Oh, and I forgot Finn. Finn has to roll for his save too, because he's being hit.
Yeah, but he's an ass, so.
He is, and he fails. He fails, so he
So
takes.
he can get-
He takes. This is great. He takes a full 13 damage. Oh, sorry, full. It was 7 and 9. He takes full 16 damage from Sklunk, not caring that this is a newest member of his brigade. Fully thunder waves, and his thunder wave is from his beak, and so he does that in the ground. Thunderous booming happens from his beak, and he goes "Rah!" And it shakes the ground. Finn falls and hits his head on a sharp rock, knocking him out unconscious.
Okay.
So he's down.
Severing his spinal cord.
He's down. Cousteau, you're still up because you took a little, like, your shocks are a little wonky. And then Corby, you lose your footing a bit, but once again you find your footing and you land. But Finn is now knocked out cold. Do you want to leave him that way?
As opposed to what? What are my
Killing him?
other options? Oh,
Killing
I'm not
him.
gonna kill
Okay,
him.
good.
no.
So he's gone.
Is Finn pushed 10 feet away as well?
Well, he's dead, so he would have been.
Wait, he died?
Not dead. Sorry, knocked out. Knocked
Oh.
out. He could have been. He does fly past Chromeal, so he gets knocked. So what happens is Thunderwave. He gets pushed 10 feet, so he flies over Chromeal, lands on that like $1 baby's head, like onto a sharp rock.
Baby.
Onto a sharp rock, but still lives. Just
Well,
terribly.
If he leaves my range, can I take an opportunity attack
He's
against
unconscious.
him? Okay.
Yes, you can absolutely.
Yeah, that hits.
Great.
16 plus
Do you want to
stuff.
kill him?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do? What's the opportunity attack? What's the attack?
My thunder gauntlets.
Okay, so as he flies above you, you fully uppercut up into his chest, exploding his heart with thunder energy. But no one else knows this. You know this. That you know that, and he lands $1 Million Babying style. And I'm gonna fun flavoring this, and everyone thinks that the $1 Million Babying that's what killed him. But truly, it was Cousteau's Thunder Gauntlet that murdered this guy. But you all look, and it looks like Sklunk, to attack both of you, which didn't really do that much, killed his own teammate to do so. And did that, and he's just like, he's not bothered. Huh! I'll get you next time! Doesn't give a shit about that body, just cares about you guys. Now, Chromeal, actually, Andro, it's your turn again now.
And I don't have
Oh, so
Witch Bolt anymore?
you do, because you haven't been hit yet. So
No.
you could just immediately hit Sklunk again.
That's a D12.
It is a, yes, D12.
6.
He's at 11
not
damage now
plus.
from you.
It's killer beagle under the sea.
I guess. I didn't think it was, but actually it is for you, it is.
Do I get
Great,
to say
there's,
anything to Sklunk?
do you want to say anything to
Yes,
Sklunk?
I do want to say
Of course, absolutely.
You think you're so special because you're the Duchess's kid.
No, I think I'm special because I'm cool. I'm cool, right, guys? And Anthony looks the other
Bro,
way.
you just killed your own teammate.
Yeah, you say that from behind, well, then hide back. You think you're so special because you know who you are, and then shuts up. And then you can take your turn now.
Sick
No, you already did. So you did your action. Do you want to move at all?
I move closer to Sklunk.
Nice. All the way up, or just like 10 foot behind Chromeal still? All the way up.
You know what? I'm still gonna hide behind Chromeal.
Yeah, you still talk a big game, but you're towering over Chromeal.
Yeah.
So great. All right, it is now Andro. You did that. So
Yeah.
Chromeal now. You got no one in front of you, so you can go against Sklunk or Anthony. We're in like one round of combat, and it's like already killed 3 people.
I do not approve of the death of my former compatriot, Finn
Aw,
Borchops.
that's nice.
And
Sorry, I turned
seeing as how this...
third person.
What's his name?
Sklunk.
This Sklunk individual, you seem to have some negative feeling towards.
Sklunk sucks.
So I'll kill him if you want me to, but I think we can scare him off. I don't know if he's better off dead. I'll do it, but what do you think, Andro?
Can we do a group poll so it's not all
Group
on
poll,
me?
group poll,
No
kill
one else
him.
is by you. You have 6 seconds. No one else is by you. So you can only ask Andro.
Kill him!
Andro, kill him.
Kill him!
The death of the prince is on your hands.
Cousteau's all for it. Me, personally, I'm like, we're about to kill the prince. This is gonna be so bad.
I'll kill him.
All right.
A crown unmade, so like.
I'll deal with the trauma later.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna give him a big old smack.
Good. Roll.
With the great axe.
You really only need a 5 to hit.
Plus what?
Plus 5. Plus 6. Plus 6.
Plus 6? What is that? 14.
Yes. You hit. Roll me a d12.
Okay. 2.
What? 2
Plus-
plus.
Plus what? 4?
I think so.
6?
6 plus 6, so 8.
Yeah.
Look at your sheet. It says on the
I'm
back.
looking.
Come on, man. Look
I'm
at the
looking.
attack,
I'm looking.
Great axe. 1d12 plus 4.
Plus 4, so I did 6 damage.
Wow.
Chromeal goes to pull his axe,
Bro, you're
and
fucking...
pulling no punches,
You're fucking-
feeling the anger, goes to swing it up and just fully kind of cut Sklunk in half. And as you go up,
Can't do it.
you think that? Do you think that to yourself that you don't want to do this anymore?
No, no, I'm talking to you right
Oh,
now. I
you
know
pull
you're
up
plotting.
And you're about to hit him,
Right.
and before you can, an arrow coming from nowhere shoots Sklunk through the head
What?
Someone already wanted him dead.
and out the other side.
It was
And he's still looking at you thinking that you're gonna kill him. And he has no idea what just happened to him as his body slumps to the ground. You all notice a trio of frogs come out of the water who are ready to jump you if anything happens. Jeremy, Sarah, and Corey, who Karder may have recognized, run away and see that happening. Anthony is still shocked. And you hear from beyond the entrance of Mama Galactus, you hear a, "What?" And you see, escorted by 3 BabyDale guards, is the Duchess Skyla. And she sees in front of Chromeal with his axe raised, ready, looking like he had already struck Sklunk, sees the body of her dead son. She looks at the group of people, at the scared Anthe, at the knocked out, the dead Finn, at Kaha, who's knocked out in front of Burrow, and looks and says, I have to go back to my sheet. It looks and says, "Gods! Gods! While if it takes days, weeks, months, years, capture those kids. Bring them to me for the death of my son." And on that note, we're going to end episode 1 of BabyDale. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe on TikTok and YouTube at The Ugly Dog Presents. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the patrons who supported us on Indiegogo, as well as all of our supporters and everyone else who's helped us backstage. We'll be back for episode 2 of the Chronicles of Folivora, The Adventures of BabyDale. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye everybody.